After we ate, I took Zach to an open field. It was a lot like the field that was by the Smith's house. Wild onions. I breathed in. Want to know what's so great about Louisiana? What's that? I can't handle this part. Do you like onions? Yeah. He gave me all sorts of confused looks. Follow me, I called to him. I took off running through the field. The wind was cold, and the tall grass brushed against my legs. Zach jogged with me to the other side of the field where the grass was shorter. Where the fuck are we going? He yelled. You'll see. I was faster than Zach, but he kept up with me. Finally, we reached the short patch of grass. I collapsed. I can't. Out of breath, Zach sat down next to me in the soft grass. I can't. The stars were out and shining bright. I sat up and looked around me. Little pieces of grass with green bulbs on the end were sticking out everywhere. I pulled one out of the ground, and sure enough, a white onion was at the end of it. I love wild onions. What? There's onions just growing right here? They're everywhere. I used to eat tons of them as a kid. I picked another one and handed it to him. He took it and looked at it. There was a bunch of dirt and slimy layers on it. He gave me a look of disgust. I laughed. Watch. I put my onion down on my lap, and he handed his to me so I could help him peel it. I brushed off most of the dirt and began peeling off the layers until a pretty white onion was underneath. That looks a bit more appetizing. Only bite the white part, I told him with a mouthful of onion. They taste better with mustard. He peeled off a yucky layer that I left on by accident and then took a bite. They're sweet. Yeah, I thought they were going to make me cry. I laughed. We're going to have such onion breath, I giggled. Oh well, haha. Now completely full from onions. Zach and I walked along the sidewalks again to look for a taxi. Kicking a stone along the sidewalk, I held his hand. Like a stone, I'll wait for you alone. I curled my hands inside his jacket because it was getting colder, and he held me closer. When we crossed the street, Zach held my hand even tighter, watching every car and its every move, making sure I was safe. Zach was a gentleman. Suddenly, as we passed by a couple of buildings, a man came out of the alleyway. He was wearing all black and was carrying a knife. That's funny, because I'm wearing all black and I'm carrying a gun. As soon as Zach saw him, he immediately pushed me behind him. The man was stuttering and sweating like a pig. Give me what you've got on you, he ordered. Zach froze in fear for a brief couple of seconds. Those seconds could mean life or death, so I immediately stepped in front of him. I slowly began to take my wallet out of my jean pocket. I felt the cold piece of grass from the onions I stuck back there earlier. This can't be real. Oh my god. What's going on, Greg? They picked some onions and now they're getting mugged. Oh my god. You want all my money? I stalled. I pretended like I was struggling to get my wallet out, but really I was reaching up the back of my shirt for my gun. There's no time for questions, lady. Just give it to me and I'll be going, the sweaty guy said. He got a bit closer to me with his knife, and Zach started to panic. Hannah, don't. But I knocked the knife out of his hand and pulled my gun from my back. I always keep it in the waistline of my pants or in my torso holster. The guy freaked and started to run, but I grabbed his shirt. What does it feel like to attempt to rob a United States Marine? I could kill you right here, right now. I didn't know. I just need to buy food, man. You don't threaten someone else's life because you need something. It won't happen again, I promise. If you would have asked me for money to buy food, I would have said yes. I let him go and took Zach's hand again. Kicking his knife down the sewer drain, the guy ran off down the alleyway again. Zach's heart was racing. Are you okay? I held the sides of his face. His eyes were fierce, pale blue and had fear in them. His cheeks were cold. I panicked. I froze. I should have... I'm trained to react faster than anyone else. Don't worry about it. Zach held my hand a little bit tighter as we finally got to a convenience store with a taxi parked outside. It was cold, and we were both getting tired. Oh no, I might have broken the... I might have broken the internet. The lights are flickering, and someone is calling. Come find me from somewhere down the hall. But I can't make my feet move at all.